define how before we discuss very particular to some aspect of the human capital management, we have to make sure what kind of the organizational structure that we want to have in our organization. Okay, yeah. In your slide, in your screen, there are two main choices, yeah, two main options that you can select. Okay, you have to choose which one is the correct one, which one is the more suitable structure for your business, for your company. Yeah, there are two options, whether the flat structure or the hierarchical structure. Yeah. What and why we have to choose flat or why we have to choose hierarchical? Okay, yeah. So now, if you can see, yeah, there are the pictures, yeah, uh, of the flat structure and hierarchical structure. Yeah. Anyone here? Yeah. Which one is the right structure for your business or maybe for your prospective business? And what are the aspects why you choose flat, why you choose hierarchical? Anyone here would like to have the discussion with me about this structure? Yeah, Jai Liza from the NSC.
Good morning, Sir Jerry.
Yeah,
For I will choose hierarchical structure because this as you're going um managers to your to in order for it to for the to ensure to manage well the business. That's all.
okay. So it means if we choose the flat one, we can manage our business effectively. What do you think about that?
Good evening.
Yeah, yeah.
In flat organization structure, I think it's more complicated because you're the one to manage all in different field of your business, such as in human resource or in financial management. Um, yeah, that's
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Since this is the option, and theoretically, this option has pros and cons, of course, yeah. Pros and cons. So it depends on, yeah. You can see from the number of people in the picture, right? Which one has more people than another?
Hierarchical one, sir.
Hierarchical one. Okay. If you have more people, it means you have to spend more what?
More budget.
More budget, more money, yeah, more funds. So, yeah, as many as people you hire for your company equals to as many as many as much as money that you have to spend to them, yeah, that you have to pay to them. So, let's say when you create, when you build your business, yeah, as a startup, and you have only limited budget to be spent, yeah, for everything, including your human capital. So it means you don't have to create at the first time hierarchical structure, yeah, for your organization. Maybe because you just start your business, you just create flat structure, yeah, to lower the cost. Okay, but sometimes after several years you run your business has successfully create more money, has successfully raised the target that you define, yeah, year by year. So then you can change your structure to become hierarchical structure. Why? Because in each department, for instance, there are a lot of tasks, there are a lot of works, there are a lot of assignment to be done. But it is not enough if there is only one person in that department. So it means you change your flat structure to hierarchical structure. Okay, yeah. But yeah, let's say if your startup start the business with a lot of money, for instance, because you get fund from venture capital, you get big money from the bank, for instance, because you get the credit, yeah, from the bank, for instance. So then maybe you can start your business by choosing directly to hierarchical structure rather than the flat structure. So it depend on the situation, yeah, of your company, yeah. Or let's say, yeah, maybe in Indonesia, yeah, there is one coffee shop, yeah, I forget the name, but it's already listed on uh, stock exchange, yeah, stock exchange market, yeah. But this company reported that their employees is very, very limited. I think less than 20 or less than 50 people, yeah, for that big company and already listed on the stock exchange, but the number of employees is very limited. Why? They have only limited employees because they choose to have flat structure to make them efficient, yeah, because nowadays, yeah, it is very difficult, yeah, to manage people, yeah, especially if you hire employee and make them as the permanent employee. There are a lot of mandatory things that you have to spend, not only wages, not only salary. Okay, yeah. So flat organization structure and hierarchical structure is option. Yeah, are the options. So you can choose which one is more suitable for your situation. Okay. Now we move to the process of managing the people, the human capital management. Yeah, there are three main processes. Okay, start with the talent acquisition. Secondly, workforce management, and lastly, talent management. What is the difference? Yeah, what are the differences between these three? Of course, the branches of each processes. Yeah. First, talent acquisition consists of recruiting or acquisition and onboarding. Okay. How about workforce management? It's all about how you compensate your talent, your human capital, and how you analyze the performance of your talent, of your employee. And lastly, the last process, yeah, of human capital management is learning and development. Okay, let's take a look one by one. The first process, talent acquisition. So it means you recruit the right candidates, yeah, and streamlining the hiring process. Yeah. How can you recruit the right, the good, and maybe the long term, hopefully, yeah, candidate that fulfill the needs of your organization, of your company. Okay, yeah. Uh, Lastly, in the previous year, maybe 15 to 20 years ago, okay, yeah, the terminology that commonly used for talent is employee, but nowadays it's changed to talent. Yeah, why? Anyone has opinion about why there is a change from employee to talent for giving the terminology for employee? Anyone has opinion? Current terminology is talent, not employee anymore. What is the difference between employee and talent? Or previously, people say, most people say, not human capital, but human resources management. But nowadays, it become human capital management or even talent management. Anyone know? Can guess, yeah? Maybe because it is not your day-to-day terminology, but you can guess the difference between employee and talent. Anyone would like?
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, Billy.
Yeah, I would like to say that I
Okay,
think
go ahead.
the terminology employee changed to as what we have known now is talent. I think it is because I bef- before we see employees as uh, funds an overview employee, but with the new view, individuals are seen as a key contributors with unique skills and also with creativity. And I think my observation as well is that um, in today's knowledge-driven and individual-focused economy, um, talent is seen as a resource as well. So I think that individuals are called talents because of that.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Billy. Yeah, you correct. Yeah, as employee because they still use the perspective of manufacturer. Yeah, they just see people that they hire as just one of element of manufacturer. Yeah, nothing more. Yeah. They just want to use the the what is it the very large benefit from the people they hired. Yeah, they don't want to think about how they can how they can empower these people, how they can make these people grow. Okay, yeah, in the context of career, in the context of learning, in the context of the knowledge. Okay, yeah, but nowadays people the perspective on the person that they hire as the maintain, yeah, because of it there is a need to be made to maintain these people, so it means there will be more benefit, yeah, in return for the company. That's why the terminal employee, yeah. So yeah, that's yeah why there is a change in terminology. Okay. Secondly, on boarding, yeah, we want to ensure a smooth intake of new hires. So ini sih company join the big, yeah, with the already of they like there's no free zone, yeah, and your new, yeah. So this have some line in it. So owner of the company and how we manage the rewards. Why we have to manage them? Yeah, manage their money, giving them money, giving them benefits, giving them rewards because of their productivity. Because we want to retain this person, yeah, these people. We want to make sure that they are comfort, they feel satisfied, they feel human, yeah, humanized, yeah, from us as the owner. Yeah, we want to maintain their satisfaction. Okay, so we have to also pay attention focus on compensation and benefit. The fourth process is analyzing. What we have to analyze? The performance of this talent. Okay? We have to monitor, we have to evaluate their performance. Why we have to do that? Firstly, of course, we want to compensate their performance, yeah, with payment, with with return for us up as the owner of the company. We want to drive the productivity, yeah, so we can create the target for our company. How big the increasing target for the next year? For instance, if today, say, after we monitor and evaluate increase, there will send our uh, let's say, or even in this. So yeah, the benefit purpose of analyze performance of create something for them. We have to make a continuous development of talent. We have to over how they can grow, yeah, to foster the growth, and of course to build their skills, yeah. As a company, yeah, the owner of the company, do we want to have our talent has a gradual increasing skill? Of course, yes. As many as skill that they have, okay, so they will be more productive to know how and develop. Yeah. And lastly, yeah, we have to do workforce planning. Okay, so we use the analysis from the force, yeah, uh, uh, talent employee and how we mistake. It's all good. So 10 people in our startup. And now we start with the first process, acquisition or the hiring as a owner. Yeah, you as the as yeah, is it very normal? And it is even, yeah, that you build your A team. Okay, how we do this? Okay, uh, is ring. We have to attract talent to join our how we do this. Yeah, we have to attract them, or we have to make sure that they will get competitive benefit from us. Yeah, as well as uh, it is reflected to on the culture. Okay, yeah. So how we attract the top talent? Okay, anyone would like to give opinion? As a new business, there is no experience at all. Okay, because this is the new still startup. Okay, how can we attract top talent to become our team? Anyone from UTS DNSC tell you there will be, I think there will be bonus point, yeah. I will discuss with the management of the if we create bonus points, then who give their during audience, so at the end they will get it because of the yeah. So we will count the interaction from you all. Okay, Mr. Billy.
Hello there, good evening.
Good evening.
Um, my name is Peter Talents, Top Talents. When we like our purpose is not to vision and goals of the company, and I think we can get top talents. I think as shown here at presentation, we can actually get talents through mediums such as uh, social media or job marketplace or what we call that LinkedIn app or website, and that's all I think.
Okay, thank you very much. So it means there should be some idealism, right? Yeah, the idealism of the company, of the startup should be informed to the prospective talent. So then the talents, the prospective talents will understand, oh, this company has the same idealism with me. Yeah. Oh, so I summarize your answer. Okay, thank you very much. Now move to Miss Jailiza from the NSC. Okay. Again.
Good evening again, sir.
Yeah.
Continuation with Mr. Billy says, I think one of the strategy to how to attract talents is that, of course, in a practical way, we have to ensure that we can they can benefit from the company as well, and vice versa. To ensure that they have um and the right amount of salary get through the company po.
Okay. Yeah. People tend to incentive, right? Yeah. If there is no incentive, so there will be no interest, right? Yeah. Yeah. You have say there will be bonus points. Okay. Yeah. But still two people here. Yeah. But don't worry. There will be more students that will raise hand after this. Yeah. Because they already mentioned there will be bonus point because of the incentive that they will get. Yeah. To put the biggest effort, to put the greater effort for the company, yeah, to put their skills, yeah, in their works. So then there will be a matchmaking, yeah, between the company and the top talent. Okay, thank you very much for the answer and your opinion, of course, yeah. So after we decide what will be the things that can be the exchange for gaining, for hiring the top talent, we have to think about the medium. We have to choose the right medium because why? If we put our uh, uh, something that can be read by people, but in a not a right medium, so the top talent will never know about that information. Will never know that we have the hiring process. Okay, so then the second thing that we have to do to have we have to consider is what is the medium to find the talent. Yeah, nowadays, yeah, there is a change in uh, giving the information about hiring process. Yeah, previously people put the hiring process information in newspaper, right? Yeah. So we have to buy the newspaper or we have to read the newspaper from everywhere, from the library or from some offices. Yeah. But nowadays, I think very limited. Yeah. Option, very limited information in newspaper. So you have to go for, yeah, the current technology that we have, that we use for exchanging the information. The first one is social media. What is the social media that is used specifically for uh, talent management? Anyone know here? Yeah, Miss Jaliza?
I think LinkedIn, because there's a lot of um employer there that finding talents that are um specific to their kind of
They have
what we
specific
call this.
requirement, yeah?
Yeah, that.
Okay, so do you have LinkedIn account right now?
I
Do
think
you have,
yes, but
uh,
but it's not inactive right now.
why it is
It
inactive? It is
I
important
don't
to your portfolio as your portfolio, right?
I uninstalled my app.
Okay, yeah. So since now, yeah, since today, everyone here as the future professional, yeah, we have 80 something students, yeah, here from TELU, from the NSC, from UTHM. Please always update your LinkedIn account, yeah, because it is, I think, one of the most powerful medium to find the right employer, to get the employer find you as well. Yeah. So if you want to be hired or to be invited to their selection process, please make your LinkedIn account interested. Yeah, interesting. Okay. Yeah. So always update. So what is the key for updating your LinkedIn then? What is the activities or the things that you have to do if you want to make your LinkedIn account updated?
Regularly compete in competition, I think.
Regularly compete. It is roughly, right? Is it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, roughly. Yeah. So if you want to update your LinkedIn account, it means you have to be very active in your daily basis. Yeah. To do the competition, joining the participating in competition, uh, attending webinar, yeah, uh, participating in training, participating in let's say certification test. You get the certificate, yeah, from your skill building activities, for instance, doing the project with your friends, yeah, with your colleagues, for instance. So everything that can enrich your portfolio, yeah, please do from now on, yeah, because your time is not so long, so long time after this, yeah. You have a very short time, yeah. This is your time to make your account, your LinkedIn account, uh, very powerful, yeah, that can be seen by a good employer, the good company. Okay, social media. Secondly, even though social media is very productively used by people, we have not to forget about the job marketplace. Yeah, so the social media is free, right? Yeah, because although there are some premium in LinkedIn, uh, particularly, yeah, but Yeah, it is free. The other things that we can use, the other medium that you can use is job marketplace. Okay, so if you want to find a good talent, so as the company, as the startup, you can put your advertisement, yeah, in hiring people, in acquiring people in job marketplace. What is the example of job marketplace that you know? Anyone here know about the marketplace for finding job or find any? Sometimes
Job
there
Street, sir.
Job Street. Yeah, that's correct. Is there any marketplace beside Job Street maybe?
Like LinkedIn.
LinkedIn. LinkedIn still social media, yeah? It is not marketplace. Anyone already know about marketplace? Yeah. Okay. Maybe you think that it is not your time to find a job, yeah, right now. Yeah. But you have to make sure that not very long time from now, yeah, maybe 2 years from now, or maybe 1 year from now, a year from now, yeah, you have to be familiar with this kind of uh, medium, yeah, there is CB, yeah, uh, is career.com, but I don't know whether it is still active or not, yeah, but during my time seeking for job, yeah, career.com is quite popular, yeah, at the time, yeah, so uh but nowadays, I think there are just only two uh, important, yeah, because if you put your advertisement in hiring people in so many medium, so you will not get, you will not put your targeting strategy into the top talent, yeah, because you want to set top talent, right? Yeah, so you have to know that where is the medium that is used by the top talent to find the job. Okay. So you have to think about also what else, what medium, what other mediums that we use nowadays. That we can do for hiring people beside finding on social media or finding them on job marketplace. What other medium that you can use to find a top talent? There is one very conventional medium. Okay, Gis Heron from the NSC.
Employee referral sponsor.
Right. Yeah. You become refer people referral. Means like out of mouth. Yeah. So you recommend a person to the employer. Yeah. Because you recommend, you just not only giving the name, of course, of the prospective talent, but also what else that we can inform the employer beside the name. Mrs. Heron.
Like encouraging current employees to refer candidates for example, sa their like top talent sponsor. Example is like they have like organization should like build stronger like strong employer brand that showcase their culture values through engaging content.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, thank you very much. So we can inform the people who seek for the top talent that this person has a good qualification. This person has some certificates. This person has achievement in this. Yeah. So it means sometimes getting the information from somebody that is very close to us, from somebody that is very trusted, give us secure feeling, right? Yeah, because people recommend this person. So it means this person should be a good one for us. as the employer. Okay, so the conventional medium, referral or word of mouth, is also it can still in modern era like this, yeah, right now. Okay, thank you. We move to the second process, onboarding. Okay, so we already get the talent in our company. What are the things that we have to do? Start process for this new hire. Pre-boarding, initial orientation, role-specific training, team integration, and lastly, ongoing support. Okay. First, you have to complete some tasks before the first day of the new hires. Yeah. Such as all the paperwork about the human capital. Yeah. Not HR. Yeah. Human resources. Yeah. But we already agree that we move to talent management or HC. Yeah. Human capital management. So every paperwork about the human capital. Yeah. Let's say the contract. Let's say the term and condition. Let's say the agreement of the salary. Yeah. We're setting up accounts for what? For the system in our company, the login, yeah, the username, the password for every single information system in our company, if there is any, yeah. We provide necessary resources for them. Let's say the cubicle, the table, the infrastructure that they can use, yeah, in this company, photocopy machine, for instance, and then maybe the pantry that they can use. How about the lunch? What is it? Arrangement for them, yeah, etc., etc. Yeah, but yeah, you have to make sure as the employer, as the people who hire this talent, everything is already set up before they come on their first day. Okay, yeah. So please make sure everything is already ready. Okay. Second, initial orientation. You have to introduce your company to them. Although you already mentioned some of the culture, some of the information about the company before on the interview session, yeah. But this is the time that you have to explain everything incomplete, integratively to the new hires, yeah. The vision, the mission, the values, the culture, yeah, along with basic information about the department that there will be assigned to them, as well as the team. Who will be the teammate for these new hires, for this new talent, yeah. So please make sure, yeah, you already have everything, yeah. You already set up, you already define your vision, mission, value, yeah, of your startup. Even though you just only create a small business, but you have to create vision, mission, values, and culture. That's the founding of your company. Okay. There will be specific training, cross necessary knowledge to perform this new hire's job. Let's say if these new hires will be assigned as the marketing staff, for instance. So yeah, everything about marketing that we have to put, that we have to give to these people. Okay, including shadowing. So maybe, yeah, what is shadowing? Anyone know here? What is shadowing in training for new hires specifically? So it's like the word, yeah, shadow. So it means, anyone know? Shadowing again?
Shadowing, sir, it is like a mentor. For example, it is a method where a trainee observes and follows an experienced employee in their work environment.
Okay, yeah. So one person, the old employee, yeah, play a role as the mentor, yeah. So then these new hires will follow all the things that is done, that is conducted by the mentor, yeah. So they will see how the mentor perform their job, yeah. So then they can get the example. Oh yeah, this is the process of doing, let's say, archiving. Oh, this is the way of uh, making a phone call to the prospective. Uh, Thank you. Shadowing, on the job training, or even online courses. Yeah, we can use courses. There are two alternative one online courses. Let's say the company, the startup is having not only one branch, but some branch. Yeah. The trainer is giving the training from the headquarter, and the trainee is located in the remote area. You can use online training. Or yeah, maybe we just find the partner company, yeah, to become the hires with physical infrastructure, with Asian skills and knowledge. Yeah, so it is the time for the new hires to be integrated with their teams. Yeah, so you have to make sure that you facilitate as the employer the connection this new hire with their colleagues. Yeah, you can introduce them. You can and other informally. Yeah, interaction. Yeah, so in some company there are some activities that sometimes conducted by the team to make the team become more solid. Yeah, let's say to have the, for instance, as simple as to have a family dinner, yeah, for instance, or to have uh, sport activities together, yeah, badminton, or dance together, yeah, with your peers. Okay. Lastly, for the onboarding is ongoing support. Yeah, so you have to include regular check-in with manager and also mentors. Yeah, there will be regular, yeah, check-in. With it mean check-in mean you have to do some formal meeting, yeah, or formal discussion with manager or mentor. You can do also feedback session. Yeah, there will be feedback giving by colleagues. Yeah, to the new hires, and also access to resources for conducting learning and development. Yeah, so from the first time the new hires join the company, designated uh, training, seminar, or certification that they can have, yeah, during the role, yeah, in the company. So that's how we do the onboarding. Yeah. How long is the onboarding process? Normally, the maximum time to use for onboarding is around 1 month. Yeah. So there will be 1 month for, yeah, familiarizing yourself, the new hires, with the company. And after that, you have to run like the other colleagues in the company. Okay. Question up until this slide? Okay. No? Right. If there is no question, I will continue to the third process. Compensation and benefits. Yeah, this is the aspect that is very liked by everyone. Yeah, not only by the new hires, also by the old employee, also by the top management. as well. Yeah. So there are something that we have to consider in compensation and benefit. Yeah. Firstly, compensation. Okay. So we have to make sure, yeah, there are some important fact compensation. Yeah, of course, the first, of course, the compensation. What is compensation? Yeah, the direct financial payment an employee receive for their work. Okay, the example here is salary and wages, and also overtime pay, commissions, bonuses. I would like to know whether you already know about uh, this example of compensation. What is the difference between anyone know here? Don't forget there will be bonus points. What is the difference between salary and wages? Because these two things actually different.
I'd like to answer po.
Yeah, who is it? Sorry.
Kapay from the NSC po.
Dan
Yes,
okay. Dan
yes.
apa? Yes, Miss.
My previous knowledge between wage and salary is that the difference between them, salary is a monthly payment employee, while wage is a much smaller of pay to employees, which depending on the type of work, this can be paid or the hourly pay, hourly or day-to-day of the employee.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, we have a responder from okay, Mr. Billy. Go ahead, Mr.
Um, the difference in salary and wages. Salaries, um, it's a compensation, but a fixed amount of compensation for the talent. And wages are um, compensated so by the hours of the work.
That's it? Okay. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you're right. Okay, yeah, so salary, it is given regularly. Yeah, it can be monthly, it can be what is it?
Weekly.
Weekly, yeah, or can be
Daily.
maybe yearly. Yeah, so it is given regular. But on the other hand, yeah, the contrary of the salary is wages. So wages is depend on the productivity that you give to the company. Yeah, so it is count as how many hours that you work for the company. Yeah, so maybe this month, because you are very very strong, you are very need money because this month approaching the end of year holiday, you want to get a lot of money, yeah, to be spent for your holiday. So in December, yeah, you do a lot than the other months. Yeah? So you work very hard, yeah. So of the hour counted for your productivity is higher, so then you get more wages. Okay, yeah, so that's the difference, yeah, between salary and wages. Overtime, of course, because of since let's say normally people, yeah, in work hour is only given normally is given 8 hours, yeah, a day. Let's say if you extend your work, let's say 1 hour or 2 hours after your normal 8 hours working, so you will get paid, yeah, as overtime paid. What is commission? Commission is money that is given to you because of, let's say, if you are marketing, yeah, you can make a new clients, yeah, for your company. You can get new clients for your company. You will get commission, yeah, because of that. And bonuses. What is the bonuses? Anyone here know about bonus or bonuses? Especially, yeah, when the company expand the target, yeah, extend target. For instance, let's say the company's sales target in 2025 is 2 million, for instance. But because of the productivity of the employees or the people in this company, the sales in 2025 is not 2 million, but 3 million, okay? Because it expand the target, okay? This 3 million become the money that is considered to be distributed, yeah. Not all, of course, yeah, because it should be giving back to the company, but the productivity that is spent by all the employees, all the talents in the company will be rewarded, yeah, because they work very hard, not only to raise the 2 million, but finally will get bonus because of the product. Okay, what is the purpose then for this compensation? We want to provide financial security, yeah, for the talent, yeah, so they can work in comfort. They will not think, they will not worry about how the home find food, for instance, how the study of kids, yeah, so provide financial security and attract or retain the talent, yeah. So the talent that get compensated will be loyal to the company. Yeah, that's the purpose of compensation. How about taxation? Okay, compensation typically taxable. Yeah, so the government will put the tax on compensation. Okay, let's move to the benefits. What is the benefit now? Yeah, benefit is non-monetary rewards. Yeah, to enhance the overall compensation package. So in example, like you get health insurance. Yeah, you get as the talent, you get plus. You have paid time off. Yeah, so if you leave sometimes, yeah, but official, yeah, you will get paid. Yeah, you will get extra money because of your leave. Okay, so it is interesting, right? Yeah. Uh, Flexible work arrangement, for instance, like the very normal things nowadays, yeah. So you can work anywhere, not only from home. Maybe you can do holiday, yeah. At the same time, you learn, yeah. So you will get the opportunity to join seminar, and it is paid by your company, or maybe even you will get your further degree, yeah. For instance, because nowadays, yeah, your degree is still bachelor, because of your loyalty, because of your productivity, the company will pay you for master's degree. Yeah, it's very common as well. Yeah, as a benefit for the talent. Okay, the purpose of the benefits to improve employee well-being. Yeah, they will feel once again comfort, convenience to work in this company, to enhance job satisfaction, and also increase productivity. Yeah, the return for the company is more productive talent. Yeah, there will be more effort that is given by the talent. How about the tax for this benefit? Some benefit can be taxable, but some benefit can be tax-free. Yeah, for instance, paid time off, it is not taxable. Flexible work arrangement, because of this is not about money, so there will be tax, yeah, for where and will be no tax of benefit. Okay. Anyone would like to the other examples of benefits maybe that you know beside the example that is presented in the slide? No one? Okay, if there is no, I will move to the fourth process. Analysis and performance. Okay. So now, because we want to measure the performance of our team, yeah, because we want to make sure that they will get the uh, uh, that is equals with the effort that the talents give to the company. Yeah? So we have to do the analysis. Start the first of planning. We have to set goal with a small for our employee. What special relevant? Yeah. So when we already have goals, when we already have objective, yeah, we have to communicate. Okay, of the performance that we want to have from our talents. Let's say if the target of the in five standard performance. Let's say the performance is marketing sales. I mean, for the marketing staff, there should be 10 phone calls every day to uh, get or to prospect the new clients. And because of this, yeah, we have to establish a plan. We have to create a framework. You create framework to inform or communicate, but also to like for your talents. Yeah, it is that you print in a large size of paper. Yeah, it become a poster and you put it on, yeah, a wall. Yeah, you put it on a wall so everyone can see the framework every day, every time. Okay? So they will know whether they already do that or not. They already do how many percent today? Less percent. Yeah, less percentage. Yeah. So it can measure, it can be tracked as well. Yeah, establishing a plan. Secondly, because we already have the plan, so it means we have to monitor. We have to track the progress. Yeah, we have to do regular monitor employee performance. Regularly in what kind or what framework, what frame, time of frame. We can do, let's say, weekly, we can do daily monitoring process, or even maybe half day monitoring process. Yeah, it depends on how we set up, yeah, in the beginning. Okay, then if we already track the progress, we have to make sure that we do also the feedback. Yeah, we provide the feedback. We offer the constructive feedback to the employee. Let's say for today there will be 10 phone calls. If the marketing staff didn't do, yeah, doesn't do 10 phone calls, they just this person only do 7 phone calls, so we have to give him feedback, give her feedback. Why they just only do 7? What happened? Okay, yeah. So we can do do this formally or informally, yeah. So maybe informal, we just give them the feedback in written, yeah, in writing. Uh, uh, target have achieved this person, this stuff. Yeah, what happened? There is a increasing of target of the phone call in a day. Yeah, so we can help them to stay on track. Yeah, so they can back to the track and then do everything based on the plan. Lastly, identifying the areas for improvement. Let's say they already said that, yeah, because of there is a limitation, there is a error in the infrastructure on the phone that is given by the company. So yeah, we have to fix the error. We have to fix the trouble on the phone. Okay, yeah. So then they can get they can stay back or return to the track. Yeah. So we do this because we maybe the employees need our support, yeah, or maybe further training for them. Okay, yeah. So monitoring also important. Okay, as in planning, yeah, we have to make sure that we have a strong company culture. Yeah. So what can we do, yeah, to build a strong company culture? First, we have to define value. What is the value that we will keep it not only now, but also for very long time in the future. Yeah, we have to define the values. After that, we have to make sure that the culture, the values of this company is inclusively immersed, yeah, on all the talents in this company. Not exclusive only understood by the top management, by the company owners. No, yeah, but should be for everyone in the company. The third is there should be a positive culture, of course, yeah, not a negative one, yeah. And this culture should be immersed in the mission statement of the company, yeah. So yeah, you can see the Zappos, yeah, focus on customer services and employee happiness, yeah. Zappos is a company, yeah. You can search googling what is Zappos and what is the mission of Zappos. Then, right? Okay. Next stage in analysis is reviewing, monitoring. We conduct the performance review. We do the formal, informal reviews for the talent. Yeah, we provide opportunities to discuss. So there should be room for discussion about the performance, not only giving one-way direction to the talent. Yeah, so we can get feedback from them as well. Yeah, we can make adjustment if, let's say, our target is too high. Yeah, it is difficult to reach the target that is already defined in the beginning of the year. So maybe we can adjust our goals, we can adjust our plans, we can adjust our target to be lower, for instance. Yeah, and then we can assess the progress. How? What happened after we lower the target? Yeah, so we can evaluate how well the employees, yeah, met the goals, identifies the area for improvement as well. Okay. Now, next, identifying the development needs. Yeah, if they still can achieve the goals, achieve the target, achieve the plans. Okay, so we can make identify still need training, learning activities. Yeah, so we can develop action plan for the improvement. After reviewing, so we have to make sure that there will be, yeah, for them. How we recognize achievement, yeah, by knowledge and reward outstanding performance. If the talent exceeding the target, so there will be reward, there will be bonuses, yeah, there will be commission, yeah, if some productive target is achieved by the company. Providing incentive, yeah, we offer the recognition, or maybe, yeah, we can offer them the higher position because you in 3 years, consecutive 3 years, you always achieve or even exceeding target. How if I promote you not just as the supervisor, but directly to become the manager, for instance? Yeah, so we will motivate the employees. We encourage them to continue his or her high performance. Okay, yeah. And of course, there will reinforce the positive behavior. If one talent create a good performance, get the good reward from the company, it will become the example to the other employees. Yeah, we can celebrate the successes. We can provide opportunities for growth and development, not only for this successful person, so for all the talents in the company. Okay, that's the 4 stages. Question regarding analyzing the performance management of the talent, or maybe some suggestion or just respond to the materials. Anyone would like to give opinion? Still none? Okay, let's continue to the last stages of the human capital management. The 5th and the 6th processes of human capital management. Learning and development. It always come together. Yeah, it can be separated. Yeah, it can be separated because of the different terminology. Yeah, but it is always together. Yeah. What is learning actually? Learning is acquiring skill through training, experience, and other growth opportunities. On the other hand, development is ongoing long-term process enhancing professional capabilities and career progression. Yeah. So learning is for the temporary, yeah, to the one single short time activities, but development thing that is uh, control. What is the example of anyone? What is the example activities of learning? I give hints, yeah, to you. One example of learning activities is conference. What other things as the example of learning activity?
Focus group discussion.
Focus group discussion. Okay. Who is it? Sorry, I couldn't see. Pardon?
Rapli, sir.
Oh, Rafli. Okay, thank you, Rafli. What else?
Collaboration collab.
Collaboration. Who is it?
Atika, sir. Idea.
Atika. Okay, thank you. Wait a minute. Yeah, I have to write down the name. Collaboration. What else?
Giving an idea, sir.
Training session, sir.
I think one by one. Who go first?
Company held a training session to the company. The company held a training session.
Training session. Okay. Yeah. The second student who already say?
Giving an idea, maybe.
giving an idea. Yeah, it's just like the brainstorming. Yeah. You Yeah. Okay. Move to development. What is the example of development? The example of activities in development? Because it is an ongoing process. Process.
Mentoring, sir.
Mentoring. Yeah, correct. Is it Raihan?
Yeah.
Yeah. I record your voice.
Online courses.
Online courses, yeah. Especially if the online courses as the medium for the employees to prepare the certification, yeah. So let's say if you are the marketing staff, there are some certification schemes, yeah, that you can have, yeah. Let's say brand strategy. There is a specific certification for brand strategy, and also sales strategy, and also advertise uh, strategy. Yeah. So if you join that particular stage, you do development practice. Yeah. So together, yeah, as you can see in the slide, in on text, learn and develop competencies initiative designed to the talent performance. Yeah. And in return, yeah, you can drive the successful of your business. Yeah. Because there will be a building process or capability. Yeah. Uh, uh, to be yeah, that is to all the different. I mean, human capital management. Yeah, you can the material later. Yeah, and there will be some conflict in companies. No, yeah, it is very typical. There you have to resolve conflict by mediation, by fair process. There will also some change happen, yeah, not only from internal, also from external side. So it means your startup should be free, yeah. You should be very aware to pivot your business, yeah, every time, whenever there is change, yeah. And then also you have to embrace change. Change is not a bad things, yeah. Change is the uh, consequences, yeah. And you have to foster culture of innovation. If there is change, no change, there will be no innovation. Yeah. So you have to be aware to, if there is change from external, you should create your own change internal. Yeah. So you have to be prepared, have to embrace change, and then because of there is change, there is a time, there is a space for you to innovate. Yeah. You have to study about Netflix, yeah, regarding the change, yeah. How Netflix evolved from just renting DVD to become a video streaming giant company. Yeah, please study this case. So, what are the key takeaways from managing the organization of the startup? At least there are 3 key takeaways. Ongoing people foundation. What is ongoing? How we as a company manage the organization in an ongoing process. So there is no just single time process. Everything here in our company conducted on process as continuous process. Yeah, that's why we heard about continuous improvement. Okay, that's The first key takeaway. The second key takeaway is people. Okay, we have to invest in our people. Yeah, if we are a company, if we are the business startup business, yeah, we have to make sure that our talent is our main asset, because they are the main asset. It means we have to invest more in our asset, right? Like we do this in our money. Yeah, if you just put your money in your bank account as a safe, yeah, there is no investment opportunity. Yeah, so we have to put our money in several investment scheme, right? Yeah, in obligation, in stocks, yeah, in goods, yeah, for instance, like nowadays very happen, yeah, uh, people seeking for goods because the price is always rising day to day, yeah. So you have to invest in your people. And the third key takeaway is foundation, yeah. So the scalability of your company depend on your strong foundation. So make sure that you have a strong foundation. What is the strong foundation that you can set up, that you can prepare? Yeah, like the normative thing, like vision, mission, target, strategy, and then plan for everything in your company: marketing plan, human capital plan, financial plan, operational plan. Everything should be set up. Yeah, everything should be written. Yeah, you should have the documents for all the aspect that a company normally have. Okay, so then yeah, that's all from me. Thank you. Selamat and terima kasih. So now we
Okay,
can open the
everyone.
discussion. Yeah.
Yeah, we open the discussion. Yeah, you already discussed also during
Yeah.
the presentation, yeah, Pak Juria.
Yes.
But now, if you have another questions before we end the session, you may ask directly to Mr. Jury, or you can write on the chat box. Please, or you want to say directly, you can give the raise hand icon. Then we will open, then unmute your mic. Anyone? From Telkom University, I think.
I haven't heard from UTHM
Yeah.
actually. Yeah. Please.
Oh,
Yeah.
UTHM
Please.
also. Yeah.
UTHM student.
We heard a lot from the
Yeah. The
NSC.
NSC is
Yeah.
very active today.
Yeah. Come on, we invite a student from UTHM and tell you. Please make a sound, guys.
Sir, maybe I would like to ask a question.
Okay,
Yeah.
right.
Lovely.
Okay, so from today's material, we know that the what is it, like the flat structure of organization is like more like like collaborative, yeah, like more friendly, I guess. So you mentioned earlier that flat organization is more needed with the with organization with the small member. So is it possible for like organization with large members to still retain the horizontal structure?
Okay. For the flat structure, you have a lot of people, but you still want flat structure. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. To be honest, yeah, it is difficult. Yeah, because if you have already a company, but you want to still utilize flat structure, it means will be many people have similar level of position. Yeah, it means, yeah, junior will get some payment, yeah, similar payment with the senior. It is dangerous, yeah. If you give benefit, if you compensate newcomer similar with the old member of the company, so there will be some jealousy, yeah, from the old one to the new one. So when your company, yeah, has more people than the previous era, yeah, the previous time of your company, so it is better that you have the structure of hierarchical, yeah, especially if there is similar function, yeah. So there will be junior in A function and senior in A function, yeah. But yeah, because why? For instance, if we just focus on the four main aspect of management, there is only needed 4 person in a same level, yeah, below the CEO. We just need financial manager, or financial director, marketing director, operational director, and human capital or talent director. That's all. Yeah. If you want to use a flat structure and there is the new member coming, and then in which position this newcomer will be put, yeah, it is difficult, right? Yeah. So yeah, if you don't have any position for director, so it means these new people should be put below the one of the directors. Yeah. Let's say as the manager of below the marketing director, for instance. Yeah. So when there are more people coming to your company, there should be replace, there should be change from flat structure to hierarchical structure. Okay. Yeah. Roughly. I hope you satisfied with my answer.
Thank you, sir. I'm very satisfied.
Okay, thank
So
you.
we have a question from in the chat box from Dana. Good evening, post surgery. Regarding about hiring talents, is counting still considered a medium or not?
Scouting.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it is also the medium that we can use. Yeah, quite popular as well. Scouting is like you as the employer, yeah, seeking the prospective talent. Let's say you find the talent to the area of the sources that is very very abundant there. Yeah. So you as the company come to the university, yeah, to seek for the talent. Yeah, it is also can be considered. Yeah, thank you for your additional information for the medium of the high the talents.
Also from UTHM. Good evening, sir. My name is Ramadhani from UTHM. I would like to ask a question. How can, in case someone win up in a rigid hierarchy business environment, how can one survive it?
Okay. How can, in case someone with up in a rigid hierarchy, because how can we survive it? Okay. Win up in a rigid hierarchy business environment. Actually, yeah. What do you mean by win up here?
Ramadhani, you want to explain more about the to
Or maybe you can say the example of the experience. End up being in, okay.
end up being it.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, there will be room for discussion about this. Yeah, there will be room for discussion about this. So before you feel not satisfied with the condition, with especially with the hierarchy, it means you are not comfort anymore about the hierarchy. So you can as simple as communicate the situation or the idea or the constraint that you experience to the management, to the CEO, or because we talk here is about a small company, a startup. So then there is a room for uh, your supervisor, the room for discussion to the supervisor. So then there will be some, of course, solution, for your problem. At least if it is a good company, there will be regular meeting, right? There will be daily meeting, there will be weekly meeting. So use that formal medium as the medium for you to explain, to discuss, to express, to give your feedback, regarding the situation. I think that's all. From me, Ramadhani. I hope you are satisfied with my explanation.
All right. So, is there any other questions, everyone, before we end the session for tonight?
Okay,
You are
another
welcome,
question.
Ramadhani.
Okay.
Explain clear, maybe the students
Hopefully,
all understand. But
hopefully,
I
because
got it.
this is new
I
things.
learned many things. I learned many
Oh,
things.
yeah.
Mr. Juri.
Oh, yeah. Very good then. Yeah.
So, guys,
Very good that it also benefited by.
is there any question? Other question before we end the session for tonight? I think all good. Do we end the session now, Mr. Juri?
Yes, if there is no more question for now, we can end the session. But if there is still question that cross in your mind after this session, I don't know. There is a medium for the student to ask question regarding previous session. If yes, so then we can accommodate question from any previous session.
Okay. So everyone, before we end the session, before we end the third chapter, the fourth chapter for tonight, we take a picture together. Can you turn on the camera first? Mr. Juri, can you stop share the screen?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay.
All right.
Already.
So can you guys all turn on the camera, please? We take a pictures. All right, please. On my cue, I will count to 3 and then give your best smile. All right. 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, right. Hang second. One more, another slide. 1, 2, 3, smile. All right, thank you. Mr. Juri, thank you for this evening. It's really great material. I learned a lot from your material and hopefully also the students from the 3 universities. Let's meet again in another occasion, Mr. Juri.
Thank you very much for you all. I hope you enjoyed the session.
We enjoy.
Thank you very much.
And for the students, before you leave the meeting, please fill in the link, the feedback link as usual. I already share in the chat box. All right. Let's meet again in the 5th chapter next week, yeah, with
Okay.
another speaker from another university. Thank you for tonight. See you again in the next chapter. Thank you,
Okay.
Mr. Diri.
Yeah, you're
Have a nice
welcome.
night,
Thank you very
everyone.
much. Have a nice day.